My name is Davis Wardwell. I'm 18
My
years
name's
old.
Lisa
My name is
Hannon.
Noah Blunt. I'm the student pastor here
Trio
at Westside.
Quinn. I'm actually Charlie's cousin.
David Thomas, here with Charlie.
Austin Gregory. Thank you for having
My
me.
name is Donovan
My name is
Jones.
Micah Aver. I'm a student at Lounge High
All
School.
right. Well, Mr. Charlie, you're going to lead us out here tonight on your Young Minds podcast.
All right, man. Welcome back to the podcast, and man, I'm so glad to have you on today. If you introduce yourself, and let's keep on going.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. My name is Nate Slaughter. Just graduated from Lowndes High School. I'll be a freshman at Thomas University come August 15th, so about ready to move in. But
Nice, bro. Yeah.
yeah, I live at home. My mom and dad, my little brother Mason. He's a junior, and anybody that knows me and my little brother knows we're the complete opposites. So
Really?
yes, no, Mason is one. I mean, he's top of his class, and he don't have an athletic bone in his body. And I get through high school making B's, and I mean I was honor grad, but
Yeah.
I make B's and all, and make through it playing baseball and all. So we're complete opposites, but no, like I said, I live in Hayhira, growing up there my whole life. Actually was, believe it or not, I was a big Wildcat when I was little.
Really?
Yes, so my whole family had a lot of into Valdosta over there, and then I went to Hayhira Elementary, and then I went to Valdosta Middle School and then after my 8th grade year at Valdosta Middle School, I decided to switch back to Lowndes because there was a bunch going on at Valdosta High School and all, and I made the decision. I was playing baseball and football at the time, and I made the decision I just wanted to play baseball, and Lowndes baseball program is top notch, so
Yeah.
I decided to make the move, and it's probably the best decision I've ever made in my life, to be honest with you, outside of accepting Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. So, but
Amen.
yeah, like I said, I go to Crossroads Baptist Church, which is over here in Valdosta.
Yep.
So it's right next to Masato's, where I love to eat. That's why I like
Hey,
saying that.
yeah.
I love me some Masato's. That's the best way to describe it to people. Is I always talk about restaurants, what it's near.
Well, to be fair, that's kind of how we are. After we leave church, you go find somewhere to eat.
Exactly. So, but like I said, it's like probably a mile from Masato's. But no, I was 13 years old, I think, and I was sitting. It was kind of just random almost. I was sitting there with my family, and you get this feeling, man, like you can't describe it on like a podcast or nothing, but there's this feeling that like comes over your body. It's just like joy and happiness. So I decided when I was at that age that I wanted to accept Jesus, my Lord and Savior. So
Yeah, man. And that for me, and you say that feeling, you really do get it, because I'll say that I got saved on Easter like 2 years ago, right? But you don't you don't know you're gonna get saved until like that moment hits right there.
Exactly, yeah, it's just-
And I was like, man, there's just overwhelming feeling of I need to go up there, I need to get saved, and I want to do it right now.
yeah, no, it's awesome. Like I said, it's hard to describe, but it's like your whole body just goes numb almost, man.
Yeah.
It's
man.
different.
Amen.
I still remember that moment. So.
Yeah, that's good. So, how did you come to Crossroads? Like, out of all the churches that are around this area, how did you pick Crossroads?
Well, my family was in it, so I was kind of born into it,
I got
basically.
you.
So my parents been going there for 20 years, I think, maybe more.
Yeah.
But no, it's an awesome place. Like I said, Pastor Garrett does a great job over there. We try to get over there whenever we can, and it's awesome. I love it. So.
And how big's like the youth group and all? Is it pretty big?
Yeah, it's a pretty big youth group. Like I said, I probably need to get back into it. The college, I got to find one at Thomas.
Yeah.
But I did it like through like middle school and high school and all, and they do a good job over there. It's great, man. Yeah. I definitely recommend it.
Well, I mean, you and Eli should just find somewhere to go together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, how did you, you kind of discussed a little bit, but how did you get into baseball? Like, how'd that come about?
Just basically when I was little, I loved sports. Like I said, my dad, everybody tells me I'm just like my dad.
Yeah.
So Dad played baseball and football all the way through high school. So when I tried both of them when I was little, and I loved both of them. And honestly, I'd probably, if I could play football, and if I was the size to play football, I probably would. But I found out in middle school I wasn't going to get much taller, so I was like, I might as well stick to baseball, because nowadays you got to be 6'7" just to be good at football. So,
dude, and I get not being exactly the tallest person around.
Right.
So, I get that. So, and we kind of talked before we started, but we both have graduated from LHS, and so what impact did that have on you in terms of, because I know you did a lot there.
Yeah, no, Lowndes High School is different, man. It's the joke. It's Lowndes University.
Yeah.
It's such a huge school, and beyond blessed to have all the facilities they have there. The facilities are top notch. The teachers are amazing.
Yeah.
like I said, making the move from Lowndes to Valdosta, that middle school, that's the best decision I've ever made.
It was complete. Just like, was it kind of like a culture shock a little bit? Like, or what? You kind of know what to expect.
My first year, I still went to Valdosta football games because I was a diehard Valdosta fan.
Yeah.
But you just, man, the fans and all of there. I finally went to a Lowndes football game my sophomore year, and dude, it's awesome. Those student sections are just, it's so cool.
Oh yeah.
And it's really cool to have a student section go all the way to the top row. You don't see that other places.
No.
I'll tell you, like, this year, we went up to Grayson when Lowndes played Grayson. We ain't going to talk about the score, but we went up there when, we went up there when Lowndes played Grayson. And at Grayson's home game, their student section only had, like, 30 people. And, I mean, like I said, even this year in baseball, when we played Grayson at State, we brought more students than they did. And we had a 4-hour drive, and they had 15 minutes. So, the fan base is just awesome, man. It's so unique.
And dude, the pictures I would see, like Luke Powell, he would like show me pictures in class. Was like, dude, y'all are going crazy.
Yeah, like I said, those guys are awesome, and we were big on like going to support other people. And at the end of the day, they'll come support you. Yeah. So like I said, I tried to get out to every sport I could. I made it out to a soccer game.
Nice.
Never went. Only ones I didn't ever go to was swim. I remember us standing at we were top of the baseball bleachers watching smoke run on track.
Really.
So, yeah, I love going to volleyball games, basketball games. I just love supporting because, like I said, at the end of the day, they'll show the love right back. And like I said, if you'd have seen that stadium when we were playing at State, man, it's awesome.
I bet. So, one thing that we discussed before also was, you help with the special needs, like, parts of Lowndes. So, like, as that as a whole, how'd that have an impact on you helping them?
Well, I know this is going to sound really bad to say, but like my sophomore year, I was asked to do it, and I looked at it as just like a free class because I had never like experienced it before. But I was so wrong. Like you build relationships with those kids that are just beyond incredible, and those kids are like they're beyond like the high school drama. Like you there's like kids and like they just don't care. Like they're living their best life and they are always happy. You never see them sad. Like
no.
It's like, cause like when you hang out with not normal high schoolers, but like regular day class high schoolers, they'll see like there's so much like drama and attitudes and all that, and you go in there, man, it's just peace. Everybody's so happy, everybody's best friends, dude. It's awesome. They've helped me build my character more than anybody else at that school. So. And
it's like tell you go in there for some peace and quiet. It's like like there's so much noise at Lowndes sometimes. It's
there is. Yes,
Lowndes slow down.
Lowndes is chaotic, and it's like I said, that's why everybody calls it Lowndes University almost. It's just. I mean, you meet new people every day, and I've been there for 4 years. Like that don't normally happen at a high school.
And one of my, because I know a few of those kids. Like Marshall, he is
I love Marshall. Yes.
And it's crazy to me to think me and him both have the same condition. You wouldn't realize it just by looking at us or whatever, but that doesn't. What's so cool is it doesn't stop him one bit.
No, exactly.
He's got so many, like he just wants to do so much, and it's so cool to see.
That is awesome.
It is really, really cool. So we talked about you being on the baseball team and everything, but how have you seen God work through your team?
Well, I will say this: like what people don't see is what's inside the locker room, and there has been in the past a bunch of like locker room problems almost. But I gotta give a shout out to Mr. Jason. Mr. Jason was our FCA guy, and he came in there every Wednesday.
Nice.
And our junior year, people don't know this. That's the first year we won state. We started off really bad.
Yeah.
And we weren't clicking. We weren't like being a team. And if you go back and look at it, the time Mr. Jason started was halfway through our junior year or halfway through that year. So the second Mr. Jason got there, we started like bonding and building, and then like it correlates into winning.
Yep.
And it's just awesome that way, man. So I gotta give a shout out to Mr. Jason. Obviously, he does a great job. He was in there every Wednesday. He would always have visuals for us, which is I love that because I'm a visual guy. You can like tell me how to do something, but if you show me, it just clicks.
Right.
So. But no, like people don't realize it, but you got to correlate. When Mr. Jason got there is when we started winning ball games, which is really awesome to see.
So yeah, when God came in, you started winning.
Yes, sir.
That's so cool. That's so awesome. So what was your initial reaction to going back to back? Because if for people who have been living under a rock for like ever, the Lowndes baseball team went back to back state championships. So what was your initial reaction to that?
It was awesome, man. I'll tell you, it's I can't even put it into words sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see all the work that we have put in, and we played with each other since we were 8 or 9 years old, and we've talked about it growing up, and it's just awesome. Like I get chill bumps right now thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's just it's awesome to like finally see that we get to that point and we do it,
Yeah.
and not just once but twice.
Yeah.
So, but I'll tell you this, like what most people don't realize, is the first year was really cool because we weren't supposed to win it the first year.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this year we were supposed to win it, if that makes sense. So there's kind of like you got to hold up to the standard compared to going out there the first year with your hair on fire, just trying to like. Because nobody knew who Lowndes was last year. Because, like I said before, like, I mean, Lowndes has always been a good baseball program, but they had some rough years until, like, probably the class of 21 with, like, William Joyner and all them. I don't know if you remember them, but those guys probably changed the culture for sure.
Yeah.
So that they changed it. People, like, give it to our class because we did have we had a really good class, but what they don't realize is the culture started changing, like, probably class 21, class 22. They started bringing in that hard work, winning, so.
Yeah. And I think what's so cool is that, for me, that, to watch, because I know many of the baseball players. And it was like, not just in the fact that the whole team's winning, but, I know there's individuals and they've worked so hard for it. Yeah. And it's like, look at the people I know that they're like, they are showing, who, they're like working for this.
Yeah, that's what people.
So cool.
That's what most people don't realize is like, there's people that like get annoyed by a normal school day. We're up at the school sometimes at 6 in the morning, and we won't leave until 6 or 7 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's a grind for sure, but you got to love it, and for all of it to pay off, man, it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you've done it before, but I know there's been a few times where I've heard a few of your teammates or you, on the radio before, like, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've never been on the radio, but it is awesome to see a bunch of people.
That's like, hey, I recognize how that voice is. It's really neat, to see that you guys are getting the recognition, by and getting your name out there too.
Well, I have people in like the community that like recognize me, which I
cool.
think is so cool to me. Yeah,
yeah, that's really
just
really
because
cool.
like I'm just playing high school baseball, and there's people that like know me and like kids like asking for autographs and all, and I'm
really,
like, I'm like,
cool.
guys, I'm not.
That's cool. That's really really cool. That's really really cool. So what are your plans? You kind of discussed them, but what are your plans for the fall?
I'm going to Thomas University. I'm a major in business management.
Nice.
And continue playing baseball. So I'm going to try to ride up baseball as long as I can.
Hey, do it. You know? You're good at it, obviously, because you're part of winning the back-to-back, right? Yeah. So now we're going to go into some youth questions. So when you look at the youth today, do you see hope or are you worried about the future?
Well, that's a hard one. So probably both, honestly, because I feel like
bag.
I feel like in today's society, like we worry too much about what other people think. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I'm trying to get better at. I'm trying just to like be myself and like just not worry about what other people think. That's why I'm really glad I'm like getting a fresh start at Thomas because I mean I love Lowndes. There's awesome stuff about it, but sometimes you just need like a reset.
You do. Yep.
So it's gonna be great to interact with new people and do all that kind of stuff, but I mean, there's always gonna be hope. I feel like there's always gonna be people that will stand up and all, but I just don't like how people care too much what other people think. You just got to go out there and be yourself, man. Yeah, so that's the best way to live life, the way I see it.
I mean, and there's so much, one thing I've seen is that, like at least from my experience, like our generation a lot too, is kind of like they're very self-centered, like they're like there's not much compassion for other people, and some people are very compassionate for others, but so it's not everybody, but some people it's just like we got to be compassionate for other people. You got to look out for others because I mean you're not the only person on this planet. Yeah,
like I said, I'm not gonna. Like I said, I struggle with that myself. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and try to like bash everybody else.
Oh yeah, and I do too. I'm not gonna say that I don't. Because there was times at Lowndes where I might have saw something, but I just walked right by it.
Yeah. Right.
But we all, I think, not just our generation, but generations in the past, whatever, could work on something that can be worked on.
Yeah. But like I said, I definitely I need help in that myself. But I'm really trying to do better. So
yeah,
but
and the fact that you admit that too is that's good on you though, because you realize it's that there's something you need to work on. Because some people they can't even admit it.
Yeah, well, like I said, Nate loves Nate, what everybody says, which I mean I do, but like I got to work better on it, man. It's and I try to help people out. Like I said, working with special needs has always changed me. Like Miss Fletcher is.
Yes, I love Miss
awesome.
Fletcher. Yes,
Miss Fletcher's definitely helped me trying to be like a better person. Mm-hmm. Like I said, that those people they built my character like more than anybody else.
Man, it was so cool though, because she even though she really didn't know me all that much, I was part of the leadership team for FCA. Mm-hmm. She didn't know me all that much, but she supported me in all the stuff I was doing.
Yeah, Miss Fletcher's awesome. You're not gonna find a better teacher at Lowndes High School than Miss Fletcher.
I mean, really, because she because when we were doing, I don't know if you remember, we did that FCA, podcast in there. And, she was all for it. It's like she barely knew what I was like. She didn't really know how this went. She didn't know, but she just had faith that it was going to go well.
Yeah, well, like I said,
and it was so cool.
Yeah, and like I said, I guess high school is rough, man, and you're gonna go through so many problems, up and downs, and Miss Fletcher was there for me all the way through it, and I've had so many deep conversations with Miss Fletcher that I just you wouldn't think you'd have with a teacher. And she's awesome. Like I said, if I have problems in college, I'll probably text her. Honestly,
there were some teachers that as you get older, you kind of consider more friends than teachers. It's like, especially if they've taught you and now they're not your teacher anymore. Yeah. It's like you kind of got that friendly relationship with them now.
Right.
There was a few of them for me that were like that. I'm like, man, I was like, I don't know what they're like. I would say this. I'm just like. I'm talking about an assignment or something or whatever, but they understood,
Right? Yeah,
really,
that's
really
what Miss Fletcher. Miss Fletcher is so great at. She helps you, and she always knows the right thing to say, which I struggle with a lot.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm saying the wrong things, and I'll go back in my head and I'll be like, "Dang,
why did I say that?
Yeah, why did I say
Dude,
that?"
I've done that 1,000. I've done that while on this podcast. I'll be like. I don't remember a lot of the stuff I've said, but then I'm like, did I really, somebody will say, you said that right? And I'm like, I said that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, why did I say that? One of them that doesn't, the most is my mom. She'll be like, you said that right? I'm like, look, okay, it just came out.
Well, like I said, mom's your biggest hater and supporter in one. So
that's right. My biggest critic and supporter, that's right. So what advice would you give someone who's struggling to navigate this world in a biblical way?
Probably just ask for help, dude. Which is something I like I said, I've struggled with myself. But you just gotta ask for help, man. There are people in this world that are willing to talk. Yeah. And it's so hard because you have the problem with people that like to tell your business to other people, which makes it so difficult in today's society. Because you could go tell one person something really personal and they'll turn around and tell the whole world, and you were like, I trusted you, man. Come on. Yeah. But there are people and like the Miss Fletchers and all that you can go talk to, and they will
and you have to find that Upsound Christian that will help you there, because because if you're not getting that sound doctrine of a way of dealing with it, whatever it is, then you may be going down a wrong path. Right. And I'm not to say that somebody that isn't saved can't help you, because they can, but in a way take that advice that they give you and take it in a way that's biblical. Right. Because some stuff that some people may say, it may not work so well. Because I'm not saying that all of because some advice is good and some advice is bad.
Yeah.
I'm not
that's right. I have definitely gotten bad advice before, but it's still you hear some people's other opinions, and at the end of the day you just take bits from other people, and you'll come up with your own thing, and it's just it's unique, but I definitely say communicating is a big thing.
That's big, yeah. So especially like you said, especially if something's going on, you know. And because I've told my friends that I'm like, if you don't tell me what's going on, I can't help you or I can't pray for you. It's if I don't know. So before my final question to you, what would be the one word you would describe LHS and why?
Oh.
I thought, I'm not going to tell you curveballs, but this might be one of the curveballs.
Probably would be unique, honestly, just because there's like I said, there's nothing like Lowndes High School. Yeah. I could probably I could probably sit here and talk for 30 minutes just about the high school itself. Yeah. But it's unique for sure, because like I said, you don't see the kind of stuff at Lowndes High School that you will see other places. There's the support you get from baseball to football. I mean, the football team is. My roommate for college, we'll talk about the school. He comes from a small school in Florida. Yeah. So we talk about all the time, and he's like, dude, this place is crazy. And all the people I play baseball with, in the summer that aren't from Lowndes, they're like, dude, you go to a college, what is this? And it's awesome, man, because that stadium, they fill those games out. A Wintersville game is probably more packed out than most college games, which is, and like I said, Wintersville in itself is just, if you take someone to a Wintersville game, it'd be an experience to be like, oh my gosh. Yes.
This is crazy. This is a high school football game.
Yeah, peak high school football for sure. It don't get no better than this. And like I said, it's just awesome the support you get there. Like I said earlier, the people that were up there in Truist, we had more people up there than Grayson did, and Grayson had a 15-minute drive to our 4-hour drive. Yeah. So it's just awesome, and I'm so glad I got to experience that, because not many people, like I said, there's only one class that I can say they went back to back. Right. So we were the first ones to do it. Hopefully not the last. I think the boys can get it done next year. So
I think they can. Yeah. So one thing I did want to ask you was, what's your life verse and why is it important to you?
Well, probably I don't want to say the easy answer, but the easy answer would be John 3:16.
Yeah.
Just because like it's so hard to think about like God giving up His only Son for you, and He didn't like why me? You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's
the amount of times I've said that, I'm like, why me? Like
like I make mistakes on a daily basis, and you're like you did that for me,
right?
So which is just awesome. But then like a funny answer would be like my senior quote was Exodus 20:15, which is like you shall not steal. It's like it was a picture of me catching. So like it was just a
That's
joke.
funny. That's
just like
good.
people trying to steal bases and all.
Yeah, that's
So.
funny. Man, that's all the questions I got. But if there's anything else you want to add, anything like that, you can. But if not,
No, I'm good. Like I said, appreciate it, man.
of course. And man, thanks for reaching out to come on. I was like,
it's awesome.
I was looking through my message. I was like, oh, well, he wants to come up. Let's do it. We're doing it.
Let's do it, man. Like I said, I like listen to it. It's awesome. So I appreciate it.
Thanks for listening, and man, I can't wait to see what God does through this.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Of course. With another episode of the Young Minds Podcast coming to a close, I just want to remind you that you are never alone and faith is action. So let's get out there.